From New York City, it's the Wendy Williams Show.
The kids have come to play today. You won't believe what I'm about to tell you. With all due respect, have several seats. My girls are always turned out. I give it to you straight, no chaser.
Now, here's Wendy.
Yeah? I will take it. Thank you. Thanks for watching our show. And say hello to my co-host, my studio audience. I'm doing great. Let's get started. It's time for... You know it. I love it. Thank you. Because when the doors open and that announcer man says, "And here's Wendy," my heart leaps out of my chest. Still, after 7 years, it's like the first day of school every day. God. Suzanne, I like your outfit.
Thank you. It's so comfy and cozy.
Where did you get that?
Oh, Wendy Williams for HSN.
Oh. It's leggings and a sweater.
Yes, I love it.
I
This
bought
is
mine from the
more
same
me.
designer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes. Yes. Yes.
You know, I really do enjoy cheap and cheerful clothing. I'm not going to lie to you. I always feel like a woman needs to spend her money on maybe a handbag and her accessories. But clothing turns on you like a wild dog. You know when you gain that 20 pounds and you can't wear that $3,000 or $300 dress that you bought? You know when that happens? And then if you're like me, you don't even have a daughter to pass it to. So you have to end up, you know, giving it to donation. Well, this dress is only $69. And I enjoy the process of the cheap and cheerful. And so I'll be at HSN on Thursday evening from 9 to 11. I'll be with Colleen Lopez and everything is live. So we'll talk then. And I'm not mad at Charlize Theron. Because she's grown and she's back to hooking up with Sean Penn, her ex. I know. Listen, I like them as a couple. I feel like, this is all according to OK Magazine, they're having secret booty calls. But once you've been in a relationship with somebody, to me, just as a woman, soft pink, it's more than a hookup. The heart is definitely involved. And they're hooking up at hotels. They're not hooking up at her house because she's got little Louie, who is only...
3.
Who is Louie?
Louis, Sandra Bullock's son.
The other adopted black son.
Yeah,
Okay. To Sandra Bullock. Okay, this boy's name is Jackson. And Charlize adopted him as a single mom when he was just a goober. And remember when Sean and Charlize were dating, and I said this from the beginning, I'm like, why is he spending so much time with her son? It's enough that he's got to get acclimated to being adopted in a different color, but now you're introducing men, and they only dated for 6 months.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, 18 months.
18 months? Still too soon. Still too soon. Not when a child is this young, you know what I mean? Do you remember I showed you the picture of them eating snow cones at the game? And Sean put his snow cone in Louie's mouth? And Jackson, Jackson's mouth. and I was like, wow, they're swapping spit and spending a lot of time together. And we don't know whether Charlize and Sean are going to get married. I mean, if they got married, that'd be a different story. You know what I'm saying? But kids have got a confusing enough life these days without having to confuse them even more by introducing different men to your kids. So they dated for 18 months, like Hot Topics just said. They broke up in June. And in my mind, I believe he called her first. I think that Sean has probably been the dominant one in a lot of his past relationships. You know, he's got a hot temper, and there were, you know, with Madonna and Robin Wright. But I think after a while, even a dominant man just says, all right, I give up. You know, I give up. Let me just find a woman who can just lead me. And I think that Charlize Theron is the leader. She is all kind of pretty, right? I'm not the kind of woman who can muddy the waters, though. When I'm done with you, I'm done. Like, I can't do hookups and, you know, and especially this time of year. The holidays are here. People are feeling holiday-ish. You know? And you've got that familiar touch on your thigh. Right? That familiar kiss. I just figure this time of year is dangerous for anybody to just randomly hook up with people because your heart's going to be all in it. I see you up there, one of my regulars, nodding with the red hair. Yep, I see you, I see you. There's a whole row of regulars. Hey, girls, nice to see you again. Hi. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's just a weird time of the year. You know, I know a lot of people watching might be alone for the holidays, but this is not the time of year to just go randomly grab somebody or get nostalgic and call an ex. He or she is an ex for a reason. Wait until after February 14th, because then the coast is clear. The coast is clear. And Gwen Stefani's ex, Gavin Rossdale, allegedly is sick of her milking their divorce for attention. Well, you know what, Gavin? There would be no divorce, perhaps, if you didn't get connected with Marilyn. Marilyn is a cross-dresser whose name is back to being regular. What is it, Peter? Peter? Okay, well, this is Peter, but do we have a picture of Marilyn?
That's Marilyn.
No, I want the picture of Marilyn.
From back in the day? No, not from back in the day.
Okay. Well, just know this. Peter's identity at one point was Marilyn. And Blake and Marilyn, Gavin and Marilyn, and between, Gavin, between you and Marilyn and you and your housekeeper, nanny, assistant.
The nanny.
The nanny. I have no words for you other than, you know what? Gwen deserves everything in terms of happiness. And besides, Gavin, this thing with Gwen and Blake is not going to last more than 5 minutes. Well, no, here's the thing. Okay, can we talk? Okay. So Gwen has been performing this breakup song about Gavin all over TV. Don't you love illusion fabric? Like you see something, but you see nothing. And the way the top fabric is cupping her bosoms, ever so delicately. And then, as opposed to the plants growing from the ground, they're growing from the ceiling. Jesus, she looks like an angel. Yeah. Anyway, so apparently there's this breakup song that I've never heard of. I'm sorry, you know, I haven't heard it. I don't know what it is. All I know is that, you know what, Gavin, like I said, if it weren't for you and the nanny and you and Marilyn, maybe there wouldn't be a breakup song. Number one. Number two, he's very upset because she's flaunting her new relationship with Blake Shelton on TV and social media. Well, you know what? The TV needs it because the ratings for The Voice are not what they were. They're not horrible, but they're not what they were. It's like ever since they announced that they're a couple, these two, we watched the first week because we wanted to see the body language. And now that we know and the cat's out of the bag, you're not watching The Voice as much as you used to. Number one. Number two, Blake is a party boy. He's not like husband material, not at this particular time. He's beautiful and sexy, and I can't find a bad picture of him, but you know, he's the guy that you play quarters with. Remember quarters? And Gwen, if I were Gavin, I'd be a little upset because you've got 3 kids. And one day your kids are going to read on social media how you hooked up with the new guy really fast. And if you're a mom like I'm a mom, have you ever noticed that our kids hold us to a higher standard than their dads? Don't clap for that. Don't clap for that. Like, you know, a dad can do something and the kids are like, ugh, that's just dad. When a mom does it, the kids cry, they throw themselves on the ground, they tell you you're the worst. Whatever. So, Gwen, you're setting yourself up to be called names by your kids. This relationship, by the way, is not a keeper, you all. This is just a little something, something. And, Gavin, you need to do exactly what I was telling you a few weeks ago when we first started talking about this. Don't date loud and proud. Just stay under the radar, but also stay off social media. Because, again, if it weren't for you, Marilyn, and the nanny, none of this would have been happening. Every day I feel like I'm waking up and fighting a cold, every day. And it doesn't help that it's not just cold in the Wendy studio, it's windy. Do you feel the wind? Yes, it's windy and cold in here. And every day I just feel like, verklempt. Okay. Kris Jenner wants to remind you that she's sexy. At 60. She appeared in a seductive new video for Love magazine. I've never heard of it either, but we get our sources from every place. There she is. Now, here's what I have to say. First of all, the song that she's posing to, you guys, is Trap Queen by Fetty Wap. Fetty Wap, sorry. Now, mind you, this is a grandma of 5. Including the new baby that just came from Kim. This is a grandma of 5, and she's 60 years old. And I have to tell you something. I think that she's beautiful. I honestly do. And I don't see that, well, lukewarm response in here, it's fine. Look, but I also think that she looks older here than she ever has in her life. I've seen her look younger. And you know what I think the olderness is? That dark lipstick and those grandma pearls. No. No, I love pearls. I love pearls. I love a pearl necklace. But I don't know why she looks older here. I mean, she's fleshy on the upper arms, but most of us are. You know, fleshy on the upper arm. There's something about her that looks a lot older, but she's 60 years old, and that's something to aspire to. I think she looks beautiful. Not better than Christy Brinkley, who's 61. Okay? That Christy Brinkley, okay? Christy looks like she could be Chris's daughter, and she's a year older. But either way, both women are beautiful. I wish that she would just be the boss of her girls and the grandchildren and not try to be so desperate to show us she's hot. Sometimes you don't need to go to that desperate attempt. Like, when we talk about her a lot here on the show, most of the time in a horrible way. But, you know, but I'm an equal opportunity hater. Okay? And I hope after, you know, we've known each other for a long time, me and you. I hope that you understand that just because I say I love somebody doesn't mean I'm not going to shank them in the back. You know, I don't like the way she operates, but she's a beautiful woman, and Kim will forever be beautiful like this. All right, let's move along. God. Shady show. I can't deal with this show. We're here to what? I can't. I'm taking my pulse. Okay, I'm alive. Okay, so about a month ago, I'm coming in the building. We had just gone grocery shopping. So I had my groceries in my blinged out shopping cart. You know how I get down. And who comes out of the elevator that I normally go up in, but just a cute little light-skinned black boy. I had no idea who it was. But, you know, me and Rachel Ray are in the same building. So he's not here to see me. I guess he's here to see Rachel. And I'm like, what is this cute little light-skinned black boy? What's he doing at Rachel? But then Charles and Mike, who I was at the grocery store with, fanned out. What up, Steph? It was Steph Curry. Do you remember that day? Now, you know, I don't follow sports. All I know is that Drake says, Steph Curry with the shot, boy. Hold up, whatever. Anyway, so he's an NBA star. His name is Steph Curry. I would have never known he was in the NBA because I was the same height as him practically. He's like short for an NBA player and thin, too. He's like 6'2" or something, which is like short, you know? And he was surrounded by a lot of people, and he was totally focused on the door. He didn't look to the left, didn't look to the right, and I was just like, okay, well, I didn't know who it was. Anyway, he's got this wife, her name is Aisha. They've known each other since they were young kids. And Aisha is being put on blast because she tweeted her thoughts on how women dress nowadays. And people are attacking her, and here's what she said. Do you want to see how ridiculous this show is? Red dress. Okay. Everyone's into barely wearing clothes these days, huh? Not my style. I like to keep the good stuff covered up for the one who matters. The problem is that, you know, she just opened up a can of worms for people to come after her. Okay, first of all, this is a very Christian couple, as I've been told. Very. They're very wholesome. And I feel like the blogosphere is not a place for wholesome people to comment or read comments or even get involved. Like, they will take this young girl and drag her to death. She's 26 years old and he's 27. They've got a beautiful family, the Currys do. Riley is 3 years old and Ryan is 5 months old. They're both girls. And my best advice, not that she asked, but, you know, I'm going to tell you anyway. My best advice is to stay off social media. Yeah. I mean, I understand what you're saying about you want to keep yourself covered up and you know, whatnot, but don't judge people who like to wear barely nothing. Anyway, all right, so 'tis the season for office romances. No, attention, Wendy staff. Okay. Let me tell you something right now. There is a new survey, and now you know I told you all we're having a poppin' holiday party, correct? Okay. Picked out the best venue in the city. We got the best DJ. The hors d'oeuvres will be flowing, and it's just for the Wendy staff. But there is a new survey that reveals over 50% of people admitted to kissing or something else a coworker at the office holiday party.
So I met my husband.
And you and me and Kevin and Brendan are the only people around here allowed to kiss.
Oh.
That's it. Because we were already together before this show was invented.
Okay.
All right. You and Brendan.
Okay.
And me and Kev.
Okay.
Is there anybody else hooking up around here that I need to know about?
We'll talk after the show.
Listen, I hate to even say ex-husband. He was a sloth. All right. I was married to a sloth, and we met at the radio station, and he worked there and I worked there, and we were only married for 5 months. It was the worst time of my life. It took like 2 years to get divorced because he wanted something that really, and we have no, really, anyway. I totally understand office romances because you spend most of your day at your job. And you have so much in common with your coworkers, and then sometimes you talk to them about personal stuff going on at home, whether it's with your kids or your spouse or whatever, but you talk to your coworker. The thing about office romances that get in the way is when the romances don't work out, somebody always acts childish. And I'm not saying who did in my particular situation, but let's just say it wasn't me. And it got so bad, I told you this already. Radio management came to me, they're like, what do you want us to do with him? Because I was making the ratings, and he was... But I'm like, no, let him breathe. Let him breathe. Like, I'm mature, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to go to hell, you know? You don't want to do somebody bad if you don't have to do somebody bad, even when you hate the person. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, don't get rid of him. Just keep him around. It's something for me to laugh at. Anyway. I say all that to say, be very, very careful with your office romances. I think you should keep it hidden all the way until you get engaged. Because you make it awkward for everybody. Does that make sense? Can you clap? Good. More great show for you, everybody. It's day 2 of our holiday gift grab, where our audience is getting some fabulous holiday gifts. And you at home have a chance to win as well. But up next, the legendary Joan Collins, darling, is here. Don't go far.
Next, Wendy.
Let's see what you got.
Hitmaker Jermaine Dupri on his new TV show to find the next big rap star.
Plus, why wear ugly sweaters?
Wendy shares her HSN holiday collection.
Holiday cheer requires new holiday gear.
Tomorrow on A New Wendy.
Our first guest is true Hollywood royalty. We loved her as Alexis Carrington on the iconic show Dynasty. And now, I don't know about you, but I'm loving her playing the Queen Mother on one of my favorite shows, The Royals. Take a look.
I didn't know anyone was watching. Oh, please, Eleanor.
You know damn well someone is always watching. Thanks to this photo, you're now the poster child for the LGBTQ movement. What the hell does the Q stand for anyway?
Questioning, darling. Well, let's be frank. We've all spent time in queue. Well, darling, don't tell me that you haven't tasted the rainbow once or twice in your life. Oh, please.
Please welcome longtime friend of the show, Joan Collins.
Well, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever.
And all that stuff. You look fabulous as usual.
Thank you. So do you.
Thank you. Joan. Oh, my goodness. And no pantyhose.
Yes.
Not even... these are pantyhose? Oh, yes.
Well, they're tight.
Oh, no. This is a good brand.
Yes, I know. Wolford.
Oh, yeah.
They only are like $99 each.
Yeah, I was going to say they're really expensive.
Each leg.
But
Yeah.
you look terrific.
Thank you. I'm a little tired. I went to the opening of the new School of Rock last night. It's fantastic. So those kids, they're like 10 and 11. They are the most brilliant children I've ever seen. They're just fabulous. You have to go see it.
School of Rock.
Yeah, Andrew Lloyd Webber's new play.
By the way, I love the Royals.
Yeah, I know. I did.
And you are a wonderful addition to the show.
Thank you.
So how did you get... Did you audition for that part? Did they call you? You called them? Yeah.
What?
Bite my tongue.
I haven't auditioned
In
since I was
years.
16. No, they just asked me if I would like to do it. And Elizabeth Hurley, who's a good friend of mine, said, I really want you to do it. And so I read a couple of, sides, and I thought, this could be fun.
Yes.
So I'm going to, as long as I don't offend my queen.
Joan plays Elizabeth Hurley's mom, and Elizabeth Hurley is the queen on the show, and it's just, the Royals is just everything. So, congratulations on being honored with the title Dame.
Thank you.
Can you just tell me, what is that? Because there are a few dames out there and a few lords, and
Yes.
how does that work?
Well, you know what a knight is, a sir. I mean, we have Sir Michael Caine, Sir Ben Kingsley, Sir Anthony Hopkins. Well, a dame is the female equivalent. We have Dame Maggie Smith, Dame Helen Mirren.
Right.
There's lots of dames. So I was given it for services to charity, because I'm very involved in children's charities in England.
Yeah. Now, is that Prince Charles right there?
That sure is him, Prince Charlie himself.
So,
And
so he gives you a pin. Do you have a dinner?
I wish. No, we don't have a dinner.
It's
no.
just very quick.
He sticks it on like this.
Yes.
You know, you think it has some kind of a sticky stuff. So he sticks it on and he says a few words. And then you go off and they take it off and then they pin it on properly. But it's called Most Excellent Order of the Dame of the British Empire, which is it's about the highest, the highest you can get. Of course, the part that I play in the Royals is higher because I'm a Grand Duchess, and that's higher.
Yes.
The Dame's pretty good.
So, all right. You have a role in one of my favorite series ever. As a matter of fact, in my night table drawer, I have the whole box collection, Ab Fab.
Yes.
Are you serious? First of all, I had heard that they were making an Ab Fab movie,
Yes.
but I had no idea whether it was true or not.
Yes.
So you're here to say it's true. What role do you play?
It's true. I play well, first of all, we are absolutely sworn to secrecy.
Okay.
In fact, there's one, that's the one photograph I managed to get up. My hairdresser took that.
Yeah.
And I think that's the only one.
Patsy and Adina.
that was taken. Yes, and they're absolutely covered in bling. We shot in the south of France in September, and we shot by a fabulous swimming pool. And I can't tell you anything else.
Do you know when it's
Kate
coming
Moss
out?
is in it.
Okay.
And somebody from the Spice Girls, Emma Bunton.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and a lot of the Dame Edna Everage. You must know who that
Yes.
is. Yeah. So they have a lot of guest stars, and the girls are wonderful. I
When
love
is it
them.
going to be coming out?
January or February in England. I don't know
In
about it.
England?
Sorry. It was
Can
made
somebody
in-
send me a copy?
Yeah, I'll send you a copy.
I need
promise
that.
You. You really want to see it?
Yes.
Okay.
So, Joan,
Yes.
I didn't realize that you're Cara Delevingne, that supermodel with the good eyebrows.
Yes.
You're her godmother?
I am one of her 16 godparents.
16.
Yes, she had 16. In fact, when her mother, Pandora Delevingne, and her father, Charles, are two of my best friends. And when I was asked to be a godmother 23 years ago, I said, why so many? She said, well, in case any of them die.
You got to have backup plan.
Yes. So she's an adorable girl. She's very successful, very, very down to earth.
Yeah,
I mean, she's just jokes and fun the whole time. She's always been like that.
We were just talking about her maybe 2 weeks ago on Hot Topics, and I was telling a story about how, you know, she's tired of modeling, according to what I was reading.
Yeah,
she's
I don't blame her.
She's tired of
Boring
modeling,
job.
and she's tired of wearing the sexy
Yeah.
clothes and being pushed out there, and she wants to concentrate on acting. And I
Yes.
said, well, this is a smart girl then.
Yes.
Because very few young girls would quit something like being a supermodel to take a chance.
Yeah, but darling, how long does being a supermodel last?
Not
I
that
mean,
long.
you know, not everybody's Naomi Campbell,
Yeah.
who's been going for, you know, a long time.
Yeah.
No, I think she's made the right decision. But then again, as Jack Nicholson says in that movie, you know, you want to be an actress? Just what the world needs, another actress.
So, I saw Instagram of you and Taraji P. Henson. Do you know, people say that Empire is kind of like a modern-day dynasty.
Dynasty, yes.
She's a good girl.
She is so great in that show.
You watch.
And we met, was taken at the airport. We bumped into each other at the airport.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And she said, you know, I have a great storyline. She said, you should play my mom. And I said, well, that could work. You know, I'll be into playing people's moms now. I have 3 of my own and grandchildren. Why not? So I said, yeah, that could be an interesting little twist. Anyway, I haven't heard.
You play a mom very well on Royals. By the way, I don't want to belabor, but I was so sad to hear about your sister, Jackie.
I know.
You know, she's been here before. She was a friend of the show, a novelist too. We love all of her books. And you
Yes.
guys just reminded me of just the perfect siblings together. You know,
Sisters,
yes.
yeah. I mean, if you have,
Yeah.
I was very lucky to have a fabulous sister and a wonderful person and a great humanitarian. She was everything.
Yes.
And I miss her every day.
Yes. Up next, everybody, we're going to take a sneak peek at Joan's. Okay, Joan is auctioning off fabulousness. And I don't know about you, I want in. I'll show you next. Don't miss it.
Oh, those are great. I bought those at auction myself.
The trunks are fab. Okay,
Yeah.
look. We're back. Joan Collins is still here. Now, let me tell you something. Joan has some of her most glamorous personal items up for auction in Beverly Hills. So, Joan, why don't we... First of all, why did you decide to do this?
I decided to do it because, first of all, I love auctions. I've been buying things at auction for years. Half my apartment in London is filled with items I bought at auction. And when I finished Dynasty, I had a lot of clothes from Dynasty, a lot of objects, a lot of furniture and paintings. And I put them all in storage.
Do we have a picture of Joan with this actual cape? Because
Yes.
what I love...
There you are.
Yes. I was checking out your lookbook this morning while I was eating breakfast, and I couldn't believe some of the wonderful stuff. Like, I love your Louis Vuitton trunks, and I love the Pucci dresses. I'm ordering something. Come on, let's continue on. Wait.
The Louis Vuitton I did buy at auction, and this I wore in Dynasty, and I also wore it myself. It's absolutely divine because it's all suede and that.
I
what
feel.
kind of fur? Yeah.
It's Mongolian lamb.
Mongolian lamb, and
Yes.
it was in storage in these great big storage rooms. in San Fernando Valley.
You can't
for
take it
2
with you.
years.
Yeah,
Is that
sure.
it? And I thought perhaps, you know, somebody else would like to
So
wear it.
now this is an auction. So the bids start at a particular price, and then they go up from there.
Right.
Now let's show Joan in this particular
they're
red
all
dress.
red.
Tell us all about it, Joan. What is this? What's all doing?
This is a dress that was designed for me by Nolan Miller for Dynasty, for one of the scenes. And I said, well, I have to have a scene in which I come in a suit. I think it should be red, and then I take it off to be more seductive, and I think there should be a dress underneath. And so Nolan and I made...
Now, what size are you about, Joan?
Bigger than this, darling.
Big,
This was- I would say this is about a 6 to 8.
And you know what? This is weird because it's before the spandex years, where nowadays all of our girl stuff has like a little stretch. There's no stretch in this.
There is no stretch at all. But I actually wore it about 3 years ago. I got it out of the storage and I wore it to some event, and they loved it.
It's really beautiful.
It went down very well.
Now, Joan, the top of this dress weighs more than you.
It doesn't actually. Now, this dress created an absolute furor when it came out because, first of all, it's incredibly low cut.
Yes.
And I don't know whether you've seen a picture of it. But
Do we have a picture? Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Who is that man?
that was my then husband, Anthony Newley, and this was the premiere of Dr. Dolittle. And this is an exquisite dress made by a Spanish designer called Antonio Castillo, and it was beautiful, and I loved wearing it. And this has been in a box since 1968.
This is beautiful.
Yeah.
By the way, speaking of husbands, how is your husband?
Wonderful.
Who's much younger than you?
Not that much.
All right,
Not
come on.
anymore.
Joan?
Okay. Oh, now we have the Elizabeth Taylor ring. Yes. Elizabeth saw this ring, which I wore a lot in the show, and she said, oh, that's so pretty. I know it's not real, but it's very pretty. And I wore it constantly. There were loads and loads of shows in which I wear this ring. It's really beautiful. And this is a great necklace. Jackie Onassis, Jackie Kennedy, had
Joan,
this necklace.
Wait, does your daughter want anything?
No. My children don't want that kind of thing. You know, they're the jeans and T-shirt kind of thing.
Okay.
Gals. Although my eldest daughter's getting married again, following in her
In her mother's footsteps. Joan, this is fantastic. And this right here is beautiful as well.
I know. This is Kenneth J. Lane, and it's absolutely exquisitely copied. I think it was originally the Duchess of Windsor that had this in the 20s or 30s. And so Jackie Onassis, Jackie Kennedy had this, and we had it. And I wore it constantly, as you can see, in lots of shows and millions of episodes of Dynasty.
People just want a piece of her fabulousness, right? Joan's collection will be auctioned at Julian's Auctions in Beverly Hills on December 16th. For more information about the auction, please go to WendyShow.com. And also be sure to watch The Royals Sunday nights at 10 on E! with Joan. Up next, everyone, don't miss today's holiday gift grab. I got you something. Oh, look, it's your favorite juicy Hot Topics. Yay. Plus, Pitbull, his music, his New Year's Eve party. And we're putting him in the hot seat, where I might ask him about a certain someone.
Thursday on a new Wendy.
Oh, hi. We're back. Look at Suzanne. Look at Suzanne's sweater.
It lights up.
Well, we're back. My Suzanne, and it's time for our holiday gift grab. Suzanne is going to pick something from under the Wendy tree, and whatever Suzanne picks is what my co-hosts go home with for free. Okay, Suzanne, get to picking.
I'm ready.
You know, Suzanne,
Here we go. Here we go. Oh.
Suzanne.
Yeah, you ready?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Oh. Oh. You're getting, all of you, a $200 gift card for Spa Castle.
Yeah!
Rub-a-dub-dub. Okay, Spa Castle also is their premier 57 location is a luxurious spa featuring incredible hydrotherapy pools, 6 kinds of saunas, and amazing spa treatments like massages and caviar facials. Okay, Suzanne.
All right.
You know, the sweater is not the worst.
No, I might wear it again.
It's not.
Okay, here we go. Next one. Oh my God!
Oh my God. Do you know how to work it? This is a must-have this season for children and adults. You're all going home with a Glide-Tech Glide. I brought some friends here on the show to show you how it's done. Come on out. Lori, so cute.
It looks like the future!
Hi, Lori. Look at that. Oh.
A little bit like the future. How cool is this?
You know Lori Shack. Lori is our toy expert. Tell us about this Glide-Tech.
So we might not be anti-gravity yet, but we feel like we're floating. It's so easy. So this is the Glide. We can go up to 12 miles an hour on this. It will actually go 12 miles before it needs a new charge. And there's speakers in this. You just connect by Bluetooth and it plays music.
Perfect.
Oh my God, beautiful.
You guys, the Glide-Tech retails for $499. Everyone in the audience is getting one at home. You have a chance to win today's great gifts by going onto our Twitter page. Happy holidays. Who's That is next. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for Hot Topics Fashion, Backstage Dish, and more. Be sure you say it like you mean it. You always do. Quaisha? Is that how you say it?
Yes.
Hi, Quaisha.
Hi, how
okay,
you doing?
Quaisha's from New York City, and we scrambled a celebrity picture, and now Quaisha's got to guess who the celebrity is. So we're playing Who's That? Let's see the picture. Who's that? You want a hint?
Yeah.
Okay. She's an Oscar-winning actress who recently adopted her second child.
Jennifer Garner. I don't know.
And they were all screaming out Sandra Bullock. Yes, it's Sandra Bullock.
I couldn't
It's
think of
okay.
it.
You're still a winner. Omaha Steak. There's your hookup. $150 gift card. Eye candy is next.
Thank you.
Jessica Flores from Brooklyn.
How you doing?
You're my eye candy. Talk about your outfit.
My vest is $40. My dress was $60.
A dress?
Yes. My tights are $25 and my shoes are $100.
The shoes are everything. Pulling it all together. Thank you. We'll be right back. Here's your Diva fan. Pick that up. Oh, excuse me. Tomorrow, the legendary music producer Jermaine Dupri stops by. Plus, our holiday gift grab continues. I've got you covered with all the latest hot topics. I love you for watching today, and I'll see you next time on Wendy. Bye-bye.
Nice.